Hey guys, first of all I'd like to say a big thank you for the great response I got from the counter-strafing video I just made recently. It has made me very happy how many people I've helped with that video, and I just want to say a great thank you for that. So now we can get on with the video we're going to be doing today, which will be watching the 9th round of Team Liquid versus Navi and Overpass. This is, I believe, the first game of the Blast World Final. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is when Liquid managed to 2-1 Navi and knock them down to the lower bracket. So let's take a look at the map so we can understand the positioning of everyone and understand how this round played out. So here we can see Liquid has started the round going into a 1-2-2 setup. The reason for Liquid going into this setup from the start is to establish short and connector control, while they just leave EliGE on middle to hold the fort, essentially in a way to not give any information or space to Navi at all. After a little bit of time has passed, Stewie and Grim have taken connector control, and also at the same time Naf has taken short control, giving Liquid a lot of more options of what they really want to be doing in the round. However, as you can see, EliGE gets picked off by Bit when he's trying to get information around middle. Because Liquid now knows that Navi have all this control around the map, they don't have a solid way to take it back due to EliGE going down. Because of this, they decide to just go down to short as they already have control of this area, and then just run 3 players up short and then have 1 going through monster. The pathing they take is also very important, as Liquid made sure their spacing between one another is not too large but also not too small at the same time to be blocking each other. They eventually take out Perfecto after he takes down 2 people, and then they get ready in a 2v2 after plant. Fallen then proceeds to take out Bit, and that is when Simple calls for the save essentially because he knows that they've set up a bait and switch, and Liquid now has pretty much locked the round down, and it's almost impossible for Simple to have a crack at this. So guys, if you don't know what a bait and switch setup exactly is, I can quickly explain that for you now. I will use this exact situation as an example for this. So between Stewie and Fallen, they currently have a bait and switch setup, with Stewie watching for a lower push for Simple to come out, or also being very exposed to Heaven at exactly the same time. However, Stewie knows that if Simple peeks Heaven in this situation and looks down and kills Stewie for free, Fallen will also get a free kill as he's hiding behind Pillar, and he can easily just swing while Simple is having to look down to kill Stewie. So to round it up, a bait and switch setup is essentially 2 players who play off one another in terms of making it harder for the enemy to take an isolated duel by moving positions or constantly peeking and also non-peeking. So moving on to the POVs now, we will be starting off with EliGE. He will be the solo mid player, just keeping map control in this area, not giving Navi any information he can. He will start with a smoke towards the ramp Molotov, quickly making sure no one is pushing behind it before throwing a flash in towards playground, allowing for him to take this control. After this, you'll see he is very aware of a potential push from anywhere while lining up this Molotov just below the black mark on the wall to push off anyone who may be in party posted up. He will quickly follow this with an opening duel on towards Boomage, giving Liquid a 4v5. After this moment, Liquid slow it down a lot as they know they have the opening pick, and now it's their job to convert this into a round win. After a little bit of time, I believe the call was to take mid control possibly with the 2 players in connector and having EliGE already in this area of the map. However, as he's flashing out the players from connector, Bit does take him down and then is able to run back through long, getting out for free. So moving on to Grim now, being one of the 2 connector players in this setup that Liquid is running in the round. Grim's job in connector will be to hang back a little bit more than Stewie is in this situation and be more of a supportive player really. So being able to trade if needed while also putting pressure from spamming the wood, as there could be a potential boost in that area due to the door being blown off by Navi. Grim will then proceed to move up with Stewie as Naf has already taken short control, throwing a HE against the wall to deal damage to anyone potentially sitting in the upper side of connector. As you can see from here, there wasn't anyone in connector at this point, so the trade from Grim wasn't needed. As some more time goes on, EliGE gets picked off of middle as we already know, and then they make a callback to go towards short, where Grim will set up a Heaven smoke and also a Molotov. That does fail, but it was meant to go towards toxic barrels, so if you want to throw this one for yourself, just aim a little bit more to the left and it will land perfectly for you. Grim then proceeds to be the last in towards the site, challenging Perfecto, however losing the duel, being traded followed by Stewie swiftly after. And now we can see the view from the main man in this strategy, being the second connector player alongside with Grim, who we just watched. Stewie will be the aggressive player in this area of the map. First, he will throw smoke inside a connector to stop any potential peeks from a player, while also protecting Nafly from a crossfire while he is taking short control because of door being naded off. After Naf takes short, he is confident to start taking upper connector control. He will start with a Molotov behind his smoke to flush out anyone playing behind this smoke, then quickly throwing a cool little flash that will blind anyone holding for their push, allowing for him to peek in front of it to take any duels necessary. He will then finally take the entire connector control before waiting for a flash from EliGE. However, we all know how this already plays out here, and EliGE gets taken out by Bit, and that's when Stewie and Grim move back towards short. Stewie will be the entry onto the B site in this strategy, getting a quick headshot onto Electronic, using the entry pathing route of across the bridge and clearing out anyone playing pit. After trading out Grim, he will stay in this position underneath Heaven, reacting to utility from Simple, and also creating this incredible strong bait and switch setup that I've spoke about earlier on in this video. As soon as Fallen gets the kill onto Bit, this is the round done essentially, okay? So they both leave together to make sure they don't get exit fragged by Simple, as he might be trying to catch an AWP kill on the way out, for example, and then Liquid take the round win. Naf will have a very important role in this strategy. He will be taking short control, allowing for Liquid to go onto B later on in the round. He will start with a standing jump Molotov from short to stop any CTs pushing in this area by stopping just on the edge of the shadow and aiming at the bottom of the B while jump throwing. He will then get in line here on the wall while aiming on the left side of the second to top bar on this little cover, then proceed to run and jump throw. This nade will deal a lot of damage to any CTs if they are boosting in this position, as they already know Navi have naded off the connector door, so it's a high possibility that they'll be doing this. He will then go through short quickly, checking the connector boost before going on towards short with the flash from Fallen. After Naf has taken this short control, he will then move into this position and not move until the rest of his teammates are ready to go on to B. His job here is to just hold for a push. He's gotten the space he needed, so he doesn't need to greed for anything else. From sitting in this exact position, the CTs cannot see him while jump spotting, so it's very difficult for the enemy to get any information if there is someone here or not. Naf will be the second entry onto the B site, initially taking any duels with Stewie before pushing towards the toxic barrels. This is to have a sandwich effect on the pit player. However, there could have been some miscommunication on the side of Liquid, or Nafly could have just wanted to do something extremely aggressive, but I don't think he knew there was exactly a Molotov in this position. Perfecto will then take him out, and then Liquid will close the round in a 2v2. And finally, but definitely not least, we have the role of Fallen. He will be helping Naf towards the B side of the map. He will set up this flashbang ready for when Naf wants to push after he's thrown his HE. After throwing this flashbang, he will then spam the monster smoke and then the short wood a few times before going back to flash over middle for EliGE and grab the bomb. Fallen heads back towards A. When EliGE is calling, he will flash out the connector players. But because of EliGE going down and Bit just getting away from Fallen towards long, they quickly regroup towards the B side of the map. Fallen will throw a Molotov for toxic barrels by aiming as shown and jump throwing. He will be the last one onto the bomb site. This is to reduce the amount of risk taken with losing the bomb, while initially taking fights onto the B site. He will then drop a smoke mid-site afterwards, plant the right side of the pillar, take Bit out with a nice little shot. After this, Fallen will then stay on the pillar and not peek at all. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it and want to see more content similar to this type of thing, make sure to hit the thumbs up button so I know you want more of it. Also guys, you can subscribe if you're new to the channel, as I always love to share CS strategies and techniques to new people. So I hope you enjoy my content and I hope you want to see more of it. It's Glaze guys, and I'll speak to you very, very soon.